Hello.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Le bas?
Oui, le bas.
You just mixed Berber with French there. Right, we're on a walkie-talkie, but we're in a different continent. We're on Afrique and we're in Morocco, and it's amazing. We're just walking past the Education for All
Girls' school.
girls' house here in Wigan. We're about to walk past a little bunch of lads that just stopped off. They've just stopped off at the tuck shop, which I think looks shut. Bonjour, le bas? Bonjour. Le bas? Yeah, oui, ça va bien, merci. So we're up in the Atlas Mountains. We're just walking through a pine grove.
Yeah.
Oh, it's glorious weather. A bit different from our usual Lincolnshire
Mid-March.
walks, mid-March. And do you know what I'd like to talk about today?
No.
Entitlement.
Entitlement.
Right, so just as an example, we just walked past a group of lads there in their little hoodies and flip-flops. And the girls' dorm, where a chosen few, due to charitable donations, get to stay during the week so that they can actually go to school beyond primary level.
You need to explain that though. So lots of villages are miles and miles and miles up into the mountains with no chance of kids getting a proper education. So there's charitable work to board the girls into a dorm so they can stay down for weeks and term time.
Yeah, they stay down during the week because, you know, parents don't want their girls wandering for hours through the mountains to go to school on their own. So it's a way. But at the moment, it's mainly sort of the chosen few who are seen as bright and have opportunities. It's wonderful, but there are so many girls that still don't get this, and that's why one of the reasons that the Prince Harry and Princess Meghan, is that what you said? Anyway, that came 2 weeks ago to see the charity and what it does, because it's amazing. But we absolutely love Morocco. But every time we come here, it reminds me of how, I'm going to be bold here, how spoilt as a nation we are in the UK and many other Western countries, and how people, maybe us included, have this sense of entitlement. And it really bothers me.
By the way, just finishing on Morocco, they are very big here on educating girls. It's brilliant.
Here's a girl now, we're just walking past. Let's say hello. Bonjour. Le bas? Bonjour. Ça va? Ça va bien. Oh, everyone's just so friendly, aren't they? I love it. My heart is filled with warmth every time we come here. So go on, you were saying?
I was just saying that I think Michelle Obama came a while ago and committed some American money, if not world money, I'm not quite sure of the detail, but to helping educate.
Was it 100 million, I think?
Dollars, I think it was,
Dollars?
Yeah. To educate girls, ladies, females, whatever they are.
Do you know, we didn't bring the furry microphone because it was so still earlier. It was just a slight breeze. But just look up, right, so we're in absolute scorching warmth in the middle of the mountains. Just look up there to your right, what do you see?
A mountain with snow tops.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, this whole thing of, what do you mean
by entitlement? Come on.
Well, let's talk about the UK, right? We're so fortunate. If for any reason you can't look after yourself, the state will look after you. And that's wonderful. It's wonderful. We're so lucky to be born in the UK. What bothers me is that there are people of all generations that feel that it's their right to... It's like... Right, okay. I have no problem if somebody says, I want to have a job in a low-paid job, and I understand that means that I can't have luxury holidays, and I might not have a flat-screen TV, but this is the life I've chosen, and I can be perfectly happy, and you can, and it's absolutely okay. It's when people complain about the fact that they can't afford a Costa coffee, or a taxi into town to have a glass of wine, or
a
BMW, or a skiing holiday, or the latest iPhone, and
because
it's like
people have got it.
It's so shit. It's like it's not your right. It doesn't matter. It's not important. You see people here and they make a life of themselves, walking a donkey all day or transporting goods via a donkey, and they're making their lives all looking after the goat herd. And I'm not saying they're all happy.
But they get up in the mornings and go and do it.
Exactly. We've just got it wrong. It really bothers me. What do you think?
Well, I think in Western societies with commercialism and the economies that we run, free market economies, it's easy to get sucked into what have next door got versus what have I got. And I know
we've all done it.
Corporate environments set you against each other effectively, because who wants the next job up? You can only, if there's two of you going for it, only one of you is going to get the job, which means one of you gets the higher salary, one of you gets the better car, one of you can move into the better house, blah blah blah. And it's just this, like you say, happiness is not to do with those things, but people believe it is, and they spend an awful lot of their lives chasing it.
But I would add to that, and then they feel that
if despair, or is that entitlement?
Well, probably a bit of both. But it's that. But then also it's like, well, I feel sorry for myself because I can't afford the BMW. If a BMW doesn't make you fucking happy, it doesn't matter, does it? But people think that that's the case. And I know we're talking from a position of we're relatively comfortable and we're happy. It's not like we have to scrabble around. Well, I was going to say we'd have to scrabble around to pay the bills every month, but we are in rice and beans at the moment, which is a whole other walkie-talkie. But
you should be grateful for what you've got, and it doesn't always have to come in a monetary sense. It can come from relationships, or it can come from where you are in the world, or simple things.
So do you think that, we've talked about national service before in the UK, instead of that, should there be almost like a charitable service? So every kid has to go and spend a month or whatever it might be in a country with people that have less to just get a bit of perspective. Do you think it would work? Is this me being the optimist?
Well, I've always been in favour of something happening for our young people. My fear, if it were to ever be born, is that the haves and the have-nots would, once again, it would play out. The rich kids would find a way of having a doctor's note to say they can't go and pick up litter or work at a charity or put a uniform on and march up and down all day and learn some disciplines, and the poor kids can't afford it. That doctor's note. So they are the ones that end up doing it.
So is the rich kids have got more of a problem then, do you think?
I'm not sure. Well, no, because then the kids that don't want to do it are clever enough to find a way not to do it. It'll just end up in the same proportions.
What's that? A crisp packet?
Yep.
A problem out here is that there's no waste refuse collection system at all. So what do you do with your rubbish? So unfortunately the kids generally fling it, which isn't...
So entitlement, back to that. Is it about being grateful for what you've got? A phrase I sometimes use to myself is take pleasure in the mundane. If you're washing up, I was wiping some glasses this morning, which I don't normally do because I've got a dishwasher. But I was wiping some glasses up and I was just enjoying it. Yeah, but I've got to do it. It's not like
I'm going to do it, so you've got to do it.
Well, this is true, but just the fact that I'm happy to be here, and if I'm wiping up a few glasses, the world isn't a bad place.
So here's a question for you. Hang on one sec. So here's a question for you. If you had to come back again...
Come back again?
Like, live your life again?
Yes.
Or live another life. Would you want to be born into a family that has, or a family that has not? If you're born into a family that has, do you live the rest of your life, even if you succeed and have a, I'm doing inverted commas now, successful life, that people always go, yeah, but you had the help or you had a head start? Or would you rather
but that's
have
another
nothing
thing about entitlement, isn't it? It's
and
what
know
other
that,
people think.
Yeah, would you rather have nothing and know that whatever you You did because you did it yourself.
I just think I'd go for potluck because I wouldn't necessarily have the self-awareness to work that out. We're talking from a position of perhaps self-awareness.
It's quite deep, this walkie-talkie, isn't it?
I think it's the people who you listen to and learn from that can make a big difference. So whether you're born into a wealthy family, if you do good with that and you work hard and you
one of the Jenners, it might be Kyle, I don't know, she's just become the youngest self-made billionaire. Did you read that?
Nope.
And my initial reaction was, really? Self-made? Didn't you get the sort of leg up because of the family that she's in? Blah, 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 blah. Now, that might be completely unfair of me. You know, is it other people that saw the potential and that invested? I don't know. But people will have that opinion. Anywho.
The old person who becomes a billionaire, that's just the total exception, not the rule, isn't it?
Well, also we're going against our whole belief that happiness isn't about what you've got, it's about how you feel.
Well, that person might have made that billion in a brilliant way that's made them very happy. They might pass on that knowledge, they might give away the money. But it's popular, you know, like psychology, when we talk about psychology, you talk about populations, there's always the odd person that will buck the trend or do something different. That's fine. It's those populations of people that have got a great life but don't feel they have. That's what you're talking about, because they have this sense of entitlement.
Yeah, so they still feel that they haven't got enough when they've got way more than
plenty.
Probably most people on the planet will ever have.
Yep.
And yet there are plenty of people on the planet that don't have flat screen TVs, iPhones,
yep,
and ski holidays that are very, very happy.
And BMWs.
Yeah.
Who are very happy.
Perspective.
Very content. And live a great life.
On that note, just looking at where we are right now, still wandering up through this pine grove, hence the slight huffy puffies. How do you feel about, in a word, right now?
How do I feel about what?
Well, just where we are, what we have, who we are.
Well, it's Sunday afternoon, it's totally peaceful, it's beautiful weather, and I'm with my wonderful wife, so I'm happy.
Oh,
Top that.
Can't. You win. It's brill.
All right.
Okay. Let's come back next time. See ya. I don't know how to say goodbye in Berber. I'll learn.
Buonasera.